Right, hi. I just wanted to say that I would not have chosen to do this cover if it hadn't been for one of my patrons. I have always loved this song, and I first came across this song when I was like 16 with my boyfriend at the time, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. One of my patrons, Brandon, requested that I cover the song, and the only reason that I'm gonna make this intro is because this needs to be said. It cannot be left unsaid. It's essential for this video. Brandon, my patron, is so dedicated to my page. He reads all of my poetry, he comments on it, DMs me beautiful things, and he's always wondering if I'm okay. He's always showing his concern for what I'm going through. He's such a lovely person. He posted something in the community page of my Patreon which was so heartfelt and so beautiful about his past. He also said that I can share what he wrote on the page, so I'm going to do that for you now because this is what moved me to sing this song. I know the standard way this song is performed doesn't really fit your tone, but I'd love to hear you cover it if it interests you. A friend of mine knows music, has always been a big part of my life, and asked me this morning if I could pick a single song that pulled me through some of my darkest times. This was one of them. I'm not ashamed to speak openly. 11 years ago, I found myself divorced after finding my ex-wife was cheating on me. Shortly after, I lost my job and was homeless with fairly severe untreated medical problems and desperate for help. I had no one. All of the people who claimed to be friends turned their backs on me or lived 2,000 plus miles away. I had a bottle of pain pills left over from when I tore my ACL and decided I'd take them all. Clearly it didn't work, but I didn't have anyone to help talk me through the situation and thought it was my only option. It was very difficult for me to express myself at this time in my life. I was very emotional as I later found I could not produce hormones. I dealt with severe anxiety and depression. Among numerous other songs, I always found myself gravitating to this song, specifically covers of the song, as I felt the upbeat tone of the original was too happy. In the end, music kept me alive. And if that is not moving, I don't know what is. After reading this post from Brandon, I had to make this cover, no matter if I thought it was shit or not. The version that I did. I filmed this the first go. I didn't film it any more than the first time because it just felt wrong to do that. For some reason, it just felt right to film it how it organically came out the very first time. I had the chords up on my screen. I was scrolling still. I haven't really practiced it too much. I'd only really practiced it through once. I'm so grateful for his reaction. He said that he felt near to tears and it was just lovely to read. I cannot explain the level of gratitude that I have for my Patreon community. This is not meant to be a plug at my Patreon because this is a bigger meaning than that. It's not meant to be me being like, go check out my Patreon. It's genuinely for a patron. This video has already gone up on my Patreon page about a week ago now, I think. It's still the same cover, but I just took out the speaking that I did for my Patreon, and I'm doing it differently for my YouTube channel because obviously my patrons deserve something unique to Patreon. I made this cover not for myself this time, but it felt right at the same time. I hate doing things for other people usually, but this just felt it had to happen. I'm actually quite proud of this one. I'm a very perfectionistic human, so when I don't try to perfect something and I just leave it as is and share it with the world or my patrons, it is so empowering. So why not make it public for all of YouTube to see, even though nowhere near all of YouTube will see it. So yeah, I think this is the start of me just doing what I want to do and not trying to perfect it, letting it be organic, and I like that. So yeah, there are some bad notes in this, there are some gaps where I kind of just stop, breathe, and then start again. It's all what happens when I practice, it's all what happens when I'm completely by myself running through a song or when I'm completely feeling the song. This is the natural part of being a musician, is what you're about to see, and it's something I need to share more of. I think we need more natural things online. So this is that. I hope you enjoy I'm sorry for all the talking, but this was necessary. Actually, no, I'm not going to say sorry. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Don't ever apologize for speaking, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy this cover. And the speaking was necessary.
It's Coco. See? I've missed her so much. Love of mine, someday you'll die. I'll be close behind. Will follow you into the dark. No blinding light or tunnels to gates of white. Just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and earth decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, as vicious as Roman rule, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the art of love. So I never went back. If heaven and earth decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. You and me, seen everything to see, Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes. Oh, worried now, the time for sleep is now. It's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of if heaven and earth decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy sign. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, and I'll follow you into the dark, and I'll follow you into the dark.